October really is? It's not about pumpkins, not about cozy sweaters, not about that overpriced latte you pretend is self-care. October is September's hangover. That's what it is. It's the part where you wake up, smell like regret, check your phone, and realize, oh shit. The world didn't get better. It just got louder. The planets spin, Venus wiggles her ass in Libra, but none of that erases the garbage you people piled up in September. You think astrology's gonna save you? The only retrograde that matters is your bank account. Let's start with the American circus. The big one. Charlie Kirk gets assassinated and his memorial turns into a stadium event. Not mourning. No, it's a halftime show with red hats and flags, like democracy itself needed a sponsorship deal. Trump walks in, crowd goes wild. People clap like it's a Taylor Swift concert, but with worse merch. Suddenly, this guy's a martyr. You die in America, you don't become history, you become branding. Scorpios call that transformation. I call it death merch. They'll make a movie about it, a limited edition action figure, and it'll sell out because you people buy anything if it promises to make you feel like you're part of something bigger than your sad little lives. And Libras, you still believe in fairness? Sweetheart, the only scales in politics measure campaign donations. If you want balance, buy yoga blocks at Target. You'll find more honesty there than in any political ad. And the crowd says, it's fate, it's destiny, it's written in the stars. No, it's written in the contracts. You think Saturn orchestrated that? Saturn's been watching civilizations rise and fall for billions of years. You think it paused to arrange a PR stunt for a guy who sold hats? That's not astrology. That's America. And Geminis, you should feel right at home. Politicians flip-flopping like you on a Friday night. Yes, no, maybe, depends on the audience. If Congress had a Zodiac sign, it'd be Gemini with a Scorpio moon. Two-faced and secretly pissed off. They're both the problem and the solution, just like you. They argue with themselves in the mirror and call it bipartisanship. Across the pond, or more accurately across a lawn bigger than your rent, we had the Ryder Cup. Golf. 24 men in khakis chasing a ball smaller than their egos. They hit it, they walk, they hit it again. It's the most inefficient way to cover 18 miles I've ever seen. Fans yelling like it's the Coliseum, as if somebody's head's gonna roll on the 18th green. Aries energy everywhere. Fight, win, conquer. And Sagittarians sitting at home saying, I could do that. No, you can't. You can't even commit to Planet Fitness. But sure, you're gonna master golf. Golf isn't a sport. It's rich people cosplaying as athletes. Precision, patience, honor, number. It's about who has the fattest trust fund and the whitest teeth. It's an exclusive club where the only entry fee is your soul. You know who really wins the Ryder Cup? The beer vendors. Because even Cancers, the ones who cry at Pixar shorts and get emotionally attached to inanimate objects, can only stomach golf if they're 6 Bud Lights in. And Tauruses, you love golf. Don't lie. It's slow, it's repetitive, it requires a ridiculous amount of money just to exist. Golf is basically Taurus energy with a collared shirt. Stubborn, expensive, and boring for everyone else. Capricorns, you're out there too. You think mastering a backswing is like climbing the corporate ladder. No, it's not. It's hitting a ball into a hole while wearing shoes that look like orthopedic devices. You'll write a 10-page business plan for your golf game only to slice the ball into the woods. But golf, politics, those are appetizers. The real feast of stupidity was social media. September was peak insanity. Every Virgo influencer screaming, here's my fall reset routine. Here's my gratitude journal. Here's how I budget for pumpkin spice season. And they make it look so easy. Get up at 5 a.m., do yoga, drink kale juice, and then plan your day. The reality? They get up at 5 p.m., chug a Red Bull, and then film the morning routine. Meanwhile, if you zoomed out on that Instagram shot, their kitchen looked like a frat house dumpster. Pisces at 3 a.m., crying into their phones posting affirmations. I attract abundance. Yeah, abundance of DoorDash receipts and emotional breakdowns. Libras agonizing over which filter makes their coffee look balanced. Capricorns pretending they're up late grinding, but really scrolling TikTok under the desk watching cat videos. October doesn't fix it. October makes it worse. It's the season of performative mindfulness, where you all pretend to be doing better while quietly falling apart. And you people eat this shit up. You follow AI influencers, literal digital avatars, and feel jealous. Imagine that. Jealous of pixels. You know who does that? Leos. They're like, look at her. She's flawless. Of course she is, Leo. She's coded that way. You're jealous of perfection that doesn't exist. An AI influencer doesn't have bad hair days. They don't get bloated from too much pizza. And they don't have an ex who's about to post their embarrassing high school photos. But at least an AI influencer won't ghost you. Scorpio, stop nodding. You're still making burner accounts to stalk your ex's new partner. Even an algorithm thinks you're creepy. Your obsession is so deep, the FBI is considering putting a profile on you. October's supposed to be about relationships. Venus in Libra, harmony, love, fairness. In real life, it means half of you are about to hear the 4 scariest words in English. We need to talk. That's not astrology. That's terrorism. Forget Mars retrograde. Nothing is scarier than your partner holding your unlocked phone whispering, we need to talk. And you know what they say next? I saw you liked your ex's photo from 2017. Aries, you think passion is screaming during dinner. Leos, you're mad nobody liked your 38th selfie this week. You posted 1 selfie for every one of your exes and still, no love. Virgos, you're too busy proofreading your date's text to realize they're never texting again. You're a human grammar checker, not a love interest. And Pisces, you're crying over a breakup that didn't even happen yet. Already planning how to dramatically post about your pain. You're a tragedy waiting for an audience. And then there's money. Everyone's broke. It's not Pluto's fault. It's not because Mercury moonwalked into Scorpio. It's because gas is $5, rent is a scam, and you spent $14 on a latte that tasted like a candle. Venus in Libra means financial fairness? Cute. Your landlord doesn't care if you're a Taurus or a Sagittarius. He cares that your rent clears before the 5th. And when it doesn't, he's not like, oh, water sign problems, I get it. No, he's sending late fees like it's an Amazon Prime subscription you can't cancel. Capricorns killing themselves at work, thinking they're building empires. Newsflash, your company would replace you with a chatbot tomorrow. And the chatbot doesn't need bathroom breaks, a 401k, or a mental health day. October's forecast says Pluto goes direct in Aquarius. Supposedly, revolution time. Yeah, right. The only revolution you're leading is spinning your office chair 360 degrees during a Zoom call you secretly hate. Aquarians love to brag they're misunderstood geniuses. No, you're just bad at group projects. If Aquarius ran a workplace, the email chain would collapse. And the meeting? You'd be talking about ideas nobody asked for while forgetting to send the actual file. But sure, it's revolutionary. Meanwhile, Hollywood continues being Mercury retrograde on steroids. September gave us breakups, fake retirements, and surprise albums. October will be the same. Stars in Hollywood are Geminis with Leo rising, dramatic and constantly craving attention. One day they're in a relationship, the next day they're not, the next day they're writing a song about it, and you eat it up. You binge scandals, you doom scroll gossip, then lie and say, I don't care about celebrity drama. That's like a Pisces saying they don't cry at movies. Please. You cried at the trailer. You're all just a bunch of sad, lonely people watching other sad, lonely people get rich for being sad and lonely. So what's October really bringing? More bills, fewer solutions. More arguments, fewer truths. More pumpkin spice, less actual spice in your sex life. And when it all goes sideways, you'll blame the planets. I didn't forget rent. Mercury made me. No, you're just broke. I didn't get ghosted. Saturn's testing me. No, you're boring. I didn't fail my diet. Venus squared Mars. No, you ate cake at midnight. Mercury didn't sneak into your fridge. Every sign thinks they're special. Aries thinks they're leaders. They're toddlers with car keys. Taurus thinks they're grounded. They're just too lazy to move. Gemini thinks they're versatile. They're inconsistent Wi-Fi with shoes. Cancer thinks they're nurturing. They're emotional blackmail with a hug. Leo thinks they're kings. They're just Instagram addicts with a ring light. Virgo thinks they're perfectionists. They're anxious editors of life's rough draft. Libra thinks they're fair. They're just human buffering wheels. Scorpio thinks they're deep. They're horny detectives. Sagittarius thinks they're free. They're just flaky with commitment. Capricorn thinks they're ambitious. They're stress with a LinkedIn account. Aquarius thinks they're unique. They're hipsters with Wi-Fi. Pisces thinks they're spiritual. They're sleep-deprived crybabies with a Spotify playlist called Vibes. And that's October, folks. The stars don't screw you over, you do. But blaming Mercury is easier. The universe is testing me. The universe isn't testing you. It doesn't even know you exist. It's 14 billion years old. Burning stars, spinning galaxies, birthing black holes. You think it paused all that just to decide if Brad texts you back? Grow up. If the universe had a plan, you think it would have started with fixing public transit Wi-Fi? You think it would make oat milk cheaper than gasoline? You think it would have stopped influencers from selling abundance jars on TikTok? No, the universe doesn't care. It spins, the moon reflects, the stars burn, and you idiots turn it into horoscopes, memes, and excuses. That's why I love this gig. Every month you come here thinking I've got answers. And every month I remind you, the stars don't care. They're billions of years old. They watched dinosaurs die, continents split, empires collapse, and you think they aligned just so Becky could dump you over text? Please, you're not the center of the universe. The universe doesn't have a center. It's just a big, empty space. And you're just a bunch of tiny, miserable creatures who insist on filling it with your problems. So here's your October prophecy. You'll keep scrolling, keep spending, keep blaming planets for your own dumb choices. And I'll keep roasting you, because that's what Luobo does. The stars didn't mess you up, you did. But if blaming Mercury makes you sleep at night, go ahead. It's easier than blaming yourself.